So, welcome back. And let's see what we can do about this. In terms of units, again, this doesn't really matter since we're not going to play with this. Beyond this scenario, this is just for fun. Real scenario will actually be on the same map, but completely different. So the map layout is exactly the same, but we're going to do something completely different. The winning scenario actually plays more in this area, while the losing scenario plays in this area. So, but again, most of this makes actual sense, and I'm going to explain to you in the next scenario. Not in the next scenario, in the next history session that we'll do. History and tactics session, so to speak. What this actually means. What, 4 more units to deploy? Holy crap. I think that's modded. Originally you don't have that much. In that case, let's deploy all the Air Force. So let's go. Of course, this is an attack scenario again, so we start. Let's take care of all this crap in our back. Ugh. There we go. Let's see what they can do. Not a whole lot, I suspect. Originally I didn't get it on Steam, but this is the Steam version. Yeah, I bought it again. I got the, since I bought it directly from the publisher, we later got the Steam key. So yes, it is on Steam. Actually, let me deploy my scout plane for now. That might be a little bit more useful, since I need to know what's going on beyond the river. Oh, never mind. Just advancing here slowly. I want to scout this out first. But here I might actually wait for artillery and bomber support. So let's resupply what we can and let's go. Yeah, here comes the attack. It's good I still keep my bombers around here. We're gonna need them down here. There's still some counterattacking going on. But these are the last efforts. Yeah, this still uses prestige points. That's basically the same as in Panzer Corps. Also the 5-star for experience and all this. When to reinforce, the best is actually to take care of it so well that you never have to reinforce it during the scenario, because unlike Panzer General, in the deployment phase of this game, regular replacements don't cost anything, and elite replacements I think cost way less. I think half or even a quarter of what they cost during the scenario. So the ideal way is to not reinforce them at all during the scenario because it's expensive, and to always reinforce them between scenarios. That's the best way if you watch out for prestige. If you play on the lower difficulty levels where you have enough prestige, because we're playing on a level Rommel, which is one of the bonus difficulty levels, which gives us 50% less prestige on everything. So we kind of need to watch out for that. If you're playing on an easier difficulty level, you can do that during a scenario. It doesn't hurt you that much. There, I'd say once a unit hits 6 points, I would watch out for it, because that's already pretty low. But until then, should be good. But again, the optimal way is to make sure you don't take too much damage during the scenario at all. So I basically don't do it at all during this scenario. In Panzer General, it pretty much didn't matter, because whether you did it between scenarios or after the scenario, it ended up costing the same. Here, it's different. I hope they don't have Air Force left, otherwise we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble up there. Not that they're gonna pay for it in this scenario, since I'm not gonna continue this path, but I still want to play as if. So then they don't seem to have anything in the air, so that's good. guys are not having a good time. Let's see. Oof. There's not more of that stuff up there. I always get confused by that I get attacked from up there, because I'm gonna actually tell you in one of the history sessions why that doesn't make any sense. I can tell you by it now, but pretty much as a summary, this entire area was in German hands, so it makes absolutely no sense for there to be any kind of Polish counterattack. Ugh. So let's pull him out of sight. This reserve feature here that you can switch out units and you have more units in your possession than you can actually deploy, that's also something that is different from Panzer General. And these exit hexes where you can pull units off the map and redeploy something else, that is a recent feature that got patched in later. And some campaigns already make good use of it, and this grand campaign got modded a little bit by someone. to take advantage of these new features. To be a little bit careful over here. That was a surprising attack. Could also have been better. Would really like to get my tank back on my side. Well. If we're here, we might as well bomb. Okay, that should be it for the counterattacks. So that's what's up there. Good to know. So, are there any more surprises up there? Indeed there are. See, this doesn't really make sense. There shouldn't be any Polish units there. Because these units south of the river here were by this point encircled. Precisely because 4th Army, or was it 3rd Army? I always mix those up. I think it was 3rd Army. But one of the German armies of Army Group North was already occupying this, blocking these off. If there were Polish units in this area, this wouldn't be a pocket. So this makes absolutely no sense. But yeah, whatever. Not a big deal. Oh, come on! These units are a little too effective. Yeah, no way a 3-point... unit is gonna do anything, but my pioneers are now in pretty bad shape. I don't like that. Could have done without that, but oh well. So what are we gonna do about you guys? Say, push you onto the river. Take you out. You, I unfortunately probably need to pull back. There's no chance the guy will attack my artillery. It will take the victory hex back 100%. This is too risky, so I will just keep this guy here for now. I'm having a lot of luck with my attacks right now. Once these guys start rolling in, guys are gonna be in trouble. What these units are basically trying to do is break out of the pocket so they can reach Warsaw. And we're gonna prevent that. And pretty much wipe them out. And that's exactly what happened historically, which is exactly why all these units up there make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Yeah, that's actually what I expect from units that is in a city. Defending against the tank. Yeah, we're pulling you out. You're basically completely useless at this point. Actually, let's put you somewhere where I know there's nobody around. Still risky, I don't want to have that guy in a position where they might attack again. I don't know how many of those units up there will actually attack stuff. By the way, what's the victory conditions here? Capture and hold all objectives. Okay. We don't have them all yet, so it's actually good that I didn't take that back, otherwise the scenario would already be over. Not sure what we still can take over here. Probably not a whole lot. Sucker! They could see that artillery, they were going for that probably. Or for the victory hex, either way. Not gonna work out, buddy. Goodbye. I'm gonna put a bigger tank in front just to make sure. Let's pull this weakened unit out of there. Gonna take that next turn. And let me just check, is there anything left even on this side? No, so we wiped out the entire pocket already. I mean, should we try and attack this crap? Could, I guess, but what's up there, but Again, there shouldn't be anything up there, but I guess we still have a lot of turns left, so we might as well take a look. Yeah, those are not even scripted to attack, apparently. But, yeah, I mean, should still be able to do something about them. If there's not too much crap going on there. Especially now that we have an airfield. These guys shouldn't be much of a problem anymore. Let's not get super cocky though. Bring in the scout and let's just get these guys in range to take that hex. Everything else pretty much go wherever it wants to. All the other units are not capable of fighting very well anymore. So now that our artillery is properly deployed, it shouldn't be an issue whatsoever anymore. Yeah, there's still a tank up there that I didn't underestimate, so pull this damaged tank back and let's do it like that. And let's just make sure we have the unit to take that hex. The moment it becomes necessary, let's refuel that guy and let's see what we can do in the air. Again, this doesn't really matter anymore. Not sure whether this is gonna work out, but let's try it at least. now with artillery protection, they shouldn't be able to do anything anymore. Oh, except buy units like crazy, of course. Oh well. So we need to get back near the town. So let's make sure we take those tanks actually out. And get some heavy stuff next to the town. I don't think I can get anything else in a position, so... Oh well. Let's move that thing in there. Maybe that can help out a little bit with this. My regular anti-tank gun will stay where it is. Let's just take this crap out. Yeah, you can keep the 10.5 basically the entire war. That's what the Germans had anyway. 15 centimeters is actually not that good. You can have the bigger ones, but you absolutely do not need them. We're gonna play in this playthrough, me and Bruck, with a pretty historical setup. And Germans didn't have anything bigger. They had 2 battalions of the 10.5 and 1 battalion of the, well, not technically, it wasn't exactly like that, but roughly like that. And 1 of the 15 centimeter. Everything bigger was pretty much on corps and army level for special occasions. So since we're gonna play some simulated Panzer divisions here, that's what we're gonna have. So you can totally do it with 10.5, no problem. Especially if you overstrength them or anything like that. Need to be a little careful here. This guy might actually try to take that back. So let's block him off from that. And yeah. Well, you're gonna need it. Not gonna need it after all. Actually, let me pull this thing off the map. Not worth it anymore. And this thing we can pull back as well. We only have 1 turn left. That means it won't be able to reload. One more of these idiots. Jesus. How much stuff do they have? Let's take a peek. Yeah, we're not gonna do anything about that anymore. So let's take the hex just to make sure we get it. And even more stuff. It's a little ridiculous, but whatever. Let's see what we can do about this guy. Well, I kind of wanted to push him in that direction, but of course we can also simply take him out. Yeah, whatever. Let's just leave everything where it is. Since we took everything, that's a decisive victory. That tankette actually retreats. They got enough. So, there we go. That was Wyszogród. I think that's how you pronounce it. And next time on the same map, but more a little to the eastern part of that map. That foresty area, that's the Campinoska forest. Or Campinos forest, or however. And that's where we fight the next battle, but that's gonna be next time, not today. So if anybody is still in the stream, later Tom I think wanted to report to me about some bug in OpenCTD still, so you can do that now. Panzer Corps is done for today. Back up my save games. So again, if Tom is still around, now would be the time. Anybody else, if you have any questions about Panzer Corps in general as a game, you can ask me now as well. Otherwise, any more in-depth stuff, you can wait for our next co-op session where you can talk to me and Bracket about that stuff. We always do a little bit of history, we do a little bit of discussion on how we approach the game with our different styles, and after that there's always gonna be a little bit of a Q&A session. Most likely a rather big Q&A session, at least with me, because I always stick around longer in my streams than I'm supposed to. Let me actually go back to the game. Yeah, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of stuff left here. That's actually Maudlin Fortress. That makes sense that there's stuff here, but yeah, maybe even in that area. But over here, no. That entire area should be in German hands. So that doesn't make any sense. This town should not be Polish in this scenario. Then again, this is a losing scenario and kinda modified, blah blah blah. So kinda supposed to be unhistorical, so whatever. Because obviously the Germans didn't lose the previous one, but yeah, still, I don't think this makes a whole lot of sense. But more on that later. Then I'm gonna show you that actually with a real map, so you know where the fuck we are. We are in Poland and where the hell this is going on and why that didn't make any sense. But if nobody has any questions anymore, I'm gonna call it a day. Unfortunately, Tom doesn't seem around anymore. It's kind of a shame because I kind of wanted that bug report, even though I probably already know what the crash is about. So yeah. Nobody is around anymore that wants to ask me anything, then I'm gonna call it a day. So I hope you enjoyed this scenario. Well, both scenarios, I guess. And yeah, keep an eye out for the next ones. As I said, this entire campaign is gonna be over 70 scenarios long. So there's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff for us to still do. And a whole bunch of stuff for you to watch. Of course, it's always going to be as a recorded session on YouTube later, so even if you miss one, you can always go back. The playlist will have both of our playthroughs, Brakada's and mine, always in succession. Brakada plays it first because he actually plays all of the entire campaign blind. He hasn't ever played it before, and I play after. Bifton, did you see my previous questions? Which campaigns do you recommend, or are they all worthwhile? I'd say they are all worthwhile, yes. The Soviet campaign is a little weirdly designed, but it's still worth it. Still fun, I think. I think there's gold packs out there that have them all included anyway. If you go for the Panzer Corps gold pack, because the game is actually a couple of years old by now, so there are these complete packages. Let me actually Google that. I think that should include everything. And it's not that expensive. I mean, the amount of game hours that you have... I still haven't played anything. There's also a grand campaign for the Allies. There's Allied Corps. Both of those I haven't played at all yet. There's branches in the vanilla campaign and in the Africa Corps campaign that I haven't played yet. So that you can play this thing for a lifetime. It's the DLCs. This grand campaign was incredibly cheap. I think it was 5 or 10, I think even $5 or something like that per DLC, which has 13 scenarios. So it's actually pretty incredible in terms of bang for your buck, so to speak. So Panzer Corps Gold on Steam. Let me see what that includes. That includes Panzer Corps, the Grand Campaigns, Sea Line Grand Campaigns, Soviet Corps, Allied Corps, Africa. Yeah, that basically has everything. That's $60. No, actually, it is now... Oh, yeah, it is right now on sale? I don't know if that's on sale or if it just says how much you save to buying it all individually. But the entire gold pack costs right now $80. That's euros. And you basically, if you bought all this stuff individually, it would cost you $140. So $80 might sound much, but let me tell you what's in there. You get the normal campaign. You get the Grand Campaign 39. Grand Campaign 40, 41, 42, 42, 43 West, 43 East, 44 East, 44 West, 45 East, 45 West. All of these things basically have 13 scenarios, roughly. Then you get Africa Corps, Allied Corps, Soviet Corps. Get a Grand Campaign part that's just pretty much as long as basically 2 of the Grand Campaigns, which is Sea Line, which is an entire huge campaign, which is normally 1 scenario in Panzer General. That's 1 huge campaign to attack the UK. And then you have the US Corps Grand Campaign, which is US Corps 42, 43, and US Corps 44, 45. All of that is in the gold pack, and that is... yeah, you're gonna play years, even just to play through everything once, and they have branches, so there's a replay factor on top of that. So yes, buy the gold pack, buy all of it. Buy all of that. It's absolutely worth it. Every single one of them.